This is Paul. Yeah. That tax? Yeah. Uh-huh. Now, let's look at what we're doing. You falsified my state issued identification. Right. You fabricated false evidence against me that I was mentally ill. Right. You gave custody of my sons to my wife. Yes. Without me getting any notice of court hearings. Right. And without getting a dissolution of marriage. Our, yes, marriage certificate was issued from the United Nations, yes, and you issued a child support order, yes, that depending on the taxation of the children or their ages, 14 to 18, Zachary's probably, could be taxable if I was paying more than $85,000 a year. Could you give me the alternate minimum tax, the AMT, and all the taxpayers that have a different taxation system available to them is than the other taxation of the 50% that get usually a refund. Now, I would say that child support does become taxable, yes, if it exceeds the alternate minimum tax for any individual that is required by law to pay income taxes on an income, yes, that exceeds AMT target, yes. Now, let's look at the alternate minimum tax of every citizen of the United States. And well, I think, if you were paying child support at $100,000 a child, yes, a year, the IRS does probably get involved, yes, when they are of age to pay income taxes, an adult, yes, 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 and they're receiving an income that could be considered a taxable income after a certain threshold. Yeah. Now, a lot of those that pay child support, they probably they hear from their kids, do they? Yeah. 18 years old. I'm having to pay income taxes now. Isn't that too bad, Zachary? You're an adult and you're getting $100,000 a year in child support. Yes, for the you're complaining about paying taxes? It's an obligation. Yes, it's one of these. Well, my wife can motion the court anytime I have any money. Yes, not just the back child support, me paying for all the social benefits she's received as a victim of domestic violence. But she could obligate me to pay a considerable part, yes, like 25, 30% of $1 million a month. Now, when you look at the child support worksheets, yes, did she put down that I was earning over $1 million a year? Because I didn't get a copy of them. Yes, and she could have. Yes, yes, yes. Why doesn't the state look at the actual numbers that were used? Because in September 14th of 2012, I was living in the fifth wheel. Yes, at 1023 Kitchen Dick Road. She could have underestimated my actual income. I know I've said that before in a video, but I just want the IRS to know that at what point is Ah.